G'day ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. It's Matthew here again from howtoplaythesax.com. Howtoplaythesax.com. My name's Matthew. Thank you for joining me here today for another lesson. Now, what I thought we'd do today is have a quick chat about tonguing. I've been getting a lot of questions lately about tonguing. When do we tongue? When do we not tongue? Why do we tongue? How many times do we tongue? What is a tongue? Why? What, who, how, what is the relationship between a tongue and a saxophone? All right, tonguing. It seems to be a little bit more complicated than it should be. Tonguing, it seems that a lot of my students, real life students and online students and all over the world students, everyone's getting their knickers in a little bit of a twist about tonguing. Please, don't stress about tonguing. Tonguing is a musical tool. It is like a little thing that we can add to our saxophones. Tonguing is not the be all and end all. If you do not tongue, the world will not end. If you do tongue, nobody will mind. Tonguing is an optional component of overall playing your saxophone. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay. With a piano, let's all forget saxophones at the moment. Let's just think piano thoughts. When you press a key on a piano, the note is on. You take your finger off the note on the keyboard on the piano, the note is off. On plays the note, off. Cool. Very, very simple. With a saxophone, let's come back to saxophones now. With a saxophone, it's not quite as cut and dry. Note is not necessarily always on, note is not necessarily always off. So the idea with your tongue is to control the notes as much as you possibly can. Okay, let's break that down a little bit further. Okay, I've said it before in a lesson a long time ago, one of the very early lessons. Your breath, when you are playing your saxophone, your breath should be as constant as is possible. Now, we are human. Humans need to breathe. So the idea is you take a big breath, you blow, you blow, you blow, you blow, you blow, you blow, you blow for as long as is comfortable. Don't pass out, don't fall off your chair, don't fall over, don't do yourself an injury. But big breath, you blow for as long as you can, and then you have to stop, and then you take another big breath, and you blow into your saxophone for as long as you can, and then you stop, and you take another breath, and you blow into your saxophone for as long as you can, etc., 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 etc. Depending on the song that you are playing, depending on the particular phrase that you are going to be playing, you may take a breath sooner rather than later, or you might play a great big long set of notes and then take a breath and play another great big long set of notes and then take a breath and then only play a couple of notes and then take a breath. Okay, so we've established that we are blowing for as long as possible and playing some notes. That's cool. Excellent. Fantastic. So with the musicality, with the arsenal of tools and tips and tricks up our sleeves, or perhaps in our mouths, or perhaps with our fingers, but more likely to be in our mouths, we use our tongue to vary the stream of air that's coming out, and we use our tongue to add and enhance what our fingers and what our embouchure and our breath is doing with our saxophone. So again, another analogy. I apologize, I'm speaking more than I'm playing with this lesson. Another analogy, we have a garden hose. Think of a garden hose. You're outside, you're watering the garden. You turn on the tap's over there, the water goes through the hose and it comes to the nozzle in your hand. The nozzle you can control. You turn on the tap and there is only so much water that comes through the hose. That's the same as your breath. The nozzle on the hose, you can adjust to just shoot out just a little tiny bit of water, or you can have a great big, massive, great big fountain of water. But the hose itself is only so much water that it can handle. Same deal with our mouths and our lungs and our throats and our breath. Our breath is like the water. Our tongue is like the nozzle on the end of the hose. So, from a musical perspective, music is different things to different people. what I am trying to do is give you the tools. Yes, you specifically, you individually. Trying to give you the tools so that you can play the music that you want to play. Play the music that sounds good to you. So, sometimes, what that means, I propose to you that sometimes you will tongue your notes, maybe even every note. Sometimes you will tongue some notes. We have the breath all in one constant stream. Your tongue interrupts that stream. So we've got a big stream of air coming towards you, and here's the 3D technology here in this amazing lesson on this amazing video. 3D technology, whoosh! Don't worry about your 3D glasses, don't worry about it. Here is our breath. Your tongue comes in, stops the breath for just a nanosecond. Doesn't turn it off totally. The breath is still there, but your tongue stops it and then lets it through again. Your tongue stops it and then lets it through again. Now, that can also mean that your tongue stops it totally for a discernible and noticeable period of time, or perhaps it just stops it, starts it straight. It's just a flick. Most of the time, your tongue will probably be constant stream of air. Your tongue just interrupts just quickly. It's not as though your tongue goes on and your tongue goes off, and your tongue goes on and your tongue goes off. Yes, that's what's happening, but actually it's all a very quick thing. So it is a musicality idea. It is a tool. It is an effect. It is an idea. It is a concept not to be stressed about, but a concept to add. It's like loud and soft. It's fast and slow. Tongue, no tongue. Tongue, no tongue. Lazy tongue, just kind of flap your tongue at the constant stream. You know, don't stress about it. It is not. You can argue on the one hand that yes, it could be a technical, very, very serious thing, but don't make it any more complicated for yourself than you need to. Now, again, I'm starting to talk too much, but I'm just throwing one more concept at you. Tonguing then comes into play if you're playing the same note twice. So rather than a huff and a puff, separate concepts of breath, separate breathing, your tongue comes into play. So again, tonguing, please don't stress about tonguing. Don't get uptight about tonguing. Don't get all stressed and worried about tonguing. Tonguing is a musical enhancement. It is a bell, it is a whistle, it is a concept that you can use to make your music, whatever music you happen to play, arguably more pleasing to the ear. I hope that clears up a few things. Don't stress about tonguing. Tonguing makes the music better. It is not the be all and end all. Tonguing is an enhancement only. You actually don't really need a tongue to play the saxophone. So I hope that clears up a few things about tonguing. What I'd like you to do, please, with your music, whatever song you happen to be playing, whatever song you happen to be learning, whatever song you happen to be playing and enjoying at the time, please try it with tonguing, try it without tonguing, throw a few tongues in there, take a few tongues out. Add your own special little combination of tongues between the notes. You do you. My tongue is different than your tongue. What I like and listen to in music is probably different to what you like and listen to music. How you hear the song is possibly different to how I hear the song. I'm not right. You're not right. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. You do you. Music is all about having fun. Music is all about playing saxophone. Music is all about being awesome. And you guys are awesome. You are awesome by definition because we're having fun. Have fun, play saxophone, be awesome, repeat the whole process. I hope that clears up a few things about tonguing. My name's Matthew. I've talked enough for this lesson. Please play what you want to play in the way and the style that you want to play it. Use your tongue selectively, use your tongue a lot, never use your tongue. I put it to you that a little combination of tongues and no tongues will ultimately make your songs better. Anyway, my name's Matthew. Thank you so much once again for joining me here inside the members area at howtoplaythesax.com. I will see you guys in another lesson. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks heaps. I'll see you in another lesson in another time. inside the members area at howtoplaythesax.com. Thanks heaps.